Everyone keeps asking if I've been going to the gym. No, I've not been going to the gym. I've just been on a diet, and my goodness, I'm amazed at my transformation. I'm amazed at how much my body has changed in the last 3 months ever since I got intentional about weight loss. After I had my child, my body blew up. I transformed. I gained a whooping 30 kilograms. I don't think I've ever met anybody who changed so drastically physically after having a baby, but I did. But I did, and I became very large. These are pictures. These are pictures. These are pictures, and I think I sort of gave up on myself because shortly after birth, I gave out a lot of my clothes because I really couldn't imagine going back to being the person I used to be. And I think I kind of just gave up and settled in with the new body and the new person that I became. I love my child, but I had to get my body back. I just after a year I realized no, I'm not happy with where I am because I don't identify as a big person. I don't identify as a fat person, and it created an identity crisis for me where I had to now exist as this different kind of person. And just to cut a long story short, I told myself I wanted to go back. I didn't know how I was going to. I thought I had to work out and go to the gym, and that wasn't possible because I just wasn't getting enough time. If you have a newborn, you'll understand you don't get time. So one day I was just there. I was like, you know what? Let's watch what we eat because up at that point, I think I had made a video talking about how much I eat in a day, and I realized that no, I really eat, really eat a lot. And so, what if the solution was to just eat a lot less? That was the solution. I had heard about intermittent fasting and never really seriously done it. Because remember, before childbirth, I've never struggled with weight loss or even weight gain before. I've always just been a normal, for me, 56 kilograms. So I decided to do 18 hours intermittent fasting and only eating for 6 hours. So I would eat my first meal by 12 noon. For example, right now it's 1:17 p.m. I've not had a thing in my stomach till now. So from 12 noon, my last meal at 6 p.m. That's what I started doing. And then some days I eat at around 12, and then around 4 or 5 I eat again, and that's it. Some days I'll even end up eating just one meal a day. And even in the 6 hours that I allow myself to eat, I don't eat a lot. I don't load my plate. Right now, I can't even look at a bowl of kenkey the same. This kenkey, I'll probably divide it into two parts. This is 60 cedis kenkey. I'm gonna eat it twice. I'll eat half today and eat half tomorrow. Previously, I'll eat this whole kenkey one and a half, right? So I've drastically reduced the amount of food that I eat, and I don't eat for every hour of the day. In the evening, strictly 6 p.m., I'm done eating, no matter how I feel, unless I'm critically hungry. I feel like if I don't eat, something's going to happen to me. So that's just been it. Nothing special. I've not really eliminated so many things from my diet. Once in a while I have soft drinks, once in a while I have ice cream, once in a while I have cake, but make sure that I'm balancing it out. So if I'm having, so I tell myself, for example, I only get to have, let's say, I'm eating till 6 p.m. So if my supper is at 6 p.m., if I decide to eat ice cream, then I'm not going to have normal food. Because I'm not going to have ice cream and then have fufu or banku in my belly. So I always do an opportunity cost with myself where, okay, fine, you get to eat only one meal or 2 meals per day. You can either use it to eat junk food or use it to eat something that will fill you up for more. And the problem is that ice cream, it's small, but it packs more calories. So I don't know the exact calories, but just imagine that one bowl of kenkey and one scoop of ice cream have the same calories. You can have your ice cream, you'll not be satisfied, but it's going to go and pack you up with more fat. Or you can have your kenkey, which will also give you fat, but at least you'll be satisfied for longer. I don't really know if that's making sense. So that's it. Really, like, when people see me like, oh, you've lost weight, what did you do? I'm like, did you go to the gym? I'm like, no, you don't even have to go to the gym, just watch what you eat. And really, a lot of us are really eating way more food than we need. Like, why are you eating 3 times a day? What are you using all the food for? Most of you or most of us are living very sedentary lifestyles, meaning it's probably from your house to your office, to the bathroom, to your office, to the bathroom, or to the shop. We are not even walking up to 10 minutes a day at any given time because of the conveniences of civilization, the conveniences of modern life. There's transportation everywhere. Even if you don't have your own vehicle, there are buses everywhere, there's trotros everywhere, and there are shops everywhere. You don't have to go walk to the central business district to even get what you want. Most of us in our neighborhoods, you can get a shop to buy groceries, to buy everything that you want. So shorten the walking distances between places that you need to go is very, very short. And so if you're not careful, you realize that you are eating and just sitting on your behind all day. Do you understand? So you have to control your appetite. You have to discipline yourself and just say no to food and know you are not going to die. In the beginning, it was difficult for me because I think it's more of a psychological thing where I feel like, oh, I'm not eating. What's going to happen to me? But I realized that you're actually doing quite okay. Yesterday, the whole day yesterday was Thursday, 26th of June, 2025. I had fufu the whole day. That's what I've eaten till now. It's 1:21 p.m. now as I'm speaking to you on 27th June. It's only fufu I had, and I treated myself because I've not had fufu in months since I started this whole weight loss challenge. So I just had fufu. I had a tail of fresh salmon, and that's it. You know, when I get really hungry, I have a cup of coffee. It helps with the hunger pangs. I have a cup of tea. It really, really helps with the hunger pangs. But that's it. Okay. Right now, when I'm done shooting, I'm gonna have a bowl of kinky that I talked about, and sometimes I can be so full that at 6 p.m. I don't even eat again. So it's not like it's 6 p.m. you have to go and eat. If it's the time for you to end your fasting has arrived and you're not hungry, don't eat. Like, don't be ruled by food. Don't be a slave to food. That's what I just realized. Like, don't be a slave to food. A lot of the times we are not eating because we are hungry. We are eating because we are craving the food. It's an emotional thing. You are like, I've got this thing, it's calling me, but your body doesn't really need it. So if you are serious about weight loss, start with the kitchen. And there's even a saying that apps are made in the kitchen. Start with the kitchen. Start with the amount of food that you eat before the quality of the food that you eat. So I try to eliminate starches as well. Rice and beans I love so much right now. Watch it, because at least I'm getting protein in there. You can't do without rice in Africa. You can't do without rice in sub-Saharan Africa. You can't do without rice in Ghana. It's one of our staple meals. So if I must eat rice, I make sure I pair with either an avocado, or I add beans to it, or a lot of salad, so that I'm not just putting a lot of starch into my body. I really eat very little bread. Or if I'm gonna have bread, I have one slice of bread with 2 or 3 eggs. So each time you're having carbohydrates, make sure you have a very healthy serving of either protein or of vegetables to go with it to balance it out. But at the end of the day, it comes to discipline, and you just have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? And this is not forever. I'm not going to eat like this forever. I have a target. I want to come down to the 56 kilograms that I was. Once I get there, I will kind of get back to a normal way of eating. But I'm sure by then, even my appetite would have reduced, because even right now, I just don't look at food the same again. So if it gets hard when you are dieting or you are fasting, just remind yourself that there's a goal, there's a target, and once you get there, you will stop. So my last advice is, make sure you have a goal, make sure you have a target, so that there's a finish line to look ahead to on the days where it's hard to keep going. So if your goal is to get down to 60 kg, whenever it's difficult, tell yourself, I'm going to get down to 60 kg. By the way, I weighed 86 kilograms when I was pregnant. I currently weigh 60 kilograms without going to the gym. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. My name is Zakia Kunge. Subscribe to my channel, share and like this if you found it helpful. Bye.